All right, I know it's early, and this is going to be the first of about 3 million fescue seeding videos to come here shortly. But I have blocked out for the end of September, the 1st of October, to really go in hard and start seeding some of these yards. I have a couple that, due to some special circumstances, I'm going to go ahead and seed right now. It's the 14th of September. I seeded one earlier in the week because they're having a wedding in their backyard, and we wanted to, they're committed on the water, so we wanted to see if we could get it up in time for their event the first week of October. And this guy here, he's got a ton of trees in his backyard, and I've treated this yard once before in the spring, and he had spring seeded some fescue in the backyard, and he's got zoysia in the front yard. He's got yard mullet, but his zoysia looks great right now. His fescue's okay, but we're gonna change up some things this year, or I am, in how I do it. I'm gonna do about half of mine in the Mountain View Seeds top choice, and that's what I have always used in the past. And I've been impressed with all I've seen through the summer to the different field days I've been with the pure seed varieties from Pure Seed Research. And I've got a blend of 4 different seeds from Pure Seed I'm gonna use on this yard. And I've got top choice here too, and I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you the tags on both of them. And your tags may vary because what you're gonna, they got a pool of like top in-tip trial judged seed that they have developed. And what they'll do is they'll pick from a group of the different varieties out of that pool to put in their seed. And what you'll get, from the Pure Seed, you'll get, 3 or 4 different varieties of the Pure Seed testing grass seed in your thing. And from the top choice, you'll get the 3 different varieties of the Mountain View Seeds varieties. See, different companies develop their seed and do all the testing and stuff on their own, so whatever they got, they think's the best, so whatever. But anyway, get cracking. Blue tag, that just means that what's in the bag is guaranteed to be in the bag. This is what is in the Pure Seed testing blend here. I don't know if you can see them, but feel free to look all those up on the in-tip trial and see what you got. You got 0 other crop, 0% weed, and no noxious weeds. Noxious weeds is misleading because you could get a bag of seed that says it has point something percent weed seed, but no noxious weeds. Noxious weeds are just things that are designated by that state to be a noxious weed, and it could just be 1 or 2 for the whole state. So anyway, well, there's your varieties in the Pure Seed. This comes from a place called Southern Seed, and they blend. This is what is in the current top choice that I have some of. I have used the Raptor 3 and the Spider LS. The Spider LS is a lateral spread variety. I have not used, what is that called? Supersonic. Yeah, I have used that. The stitches were on it. I thought it said something else. Anyway, I've used all those before. I have used the Mountain View stuff for several years, and I've been pretty pleased. 80% of the yards are great, and all of them are great in the spring. I have just had some trouble in August with a couple of them, and I don't know if it's seed related or just those particular yards. But if you want to look up on the in-tip trial, there they are. And of course, no seeding job would be complete without X-Start. There's some stuff about lateral spread, or what do they call them, rhizomatous tall fescues. I have used them, and I have seen them spread, and they do spread. The geneticist at Pure Seed said that lateral spread fescues will lose that gene over time in them. So you might, if you put out a lateral spread or a rhizomatous tall fescue this year, you might see that it will not do the same things, and it's not going to run over stuff like a warm season grass is or anything. I mean, it will spread a little, but at Pure Seed they said that might not be a trait that they're so inclined to breed into their grass, because it's just not that important and it's not that effective. So I have used it, and I thought it was okay, but we'll try this other stuff and see. The next batch of triple thread I get, I'm going to use this up today, but the next batch I get will have some bluegrass in it, and bluegrass, definitely spreads, and if I can keep it alive through the summer, it'll definitely do some spreading and repairing, and coloring bluegrass is great. But I'll show you those blends when I get a hold of them. They'll be coming in a week or so. Anyway, I'm gonna throw this down. Oh yeah, a word on X-Start. I love X-Start. Matt had made a very limited run and sold it all. So, but fear not. He made some more, and there is another limited amount of X-Start available to pros. So get with Chris Elms or call Carbon Earth Company directly and see if Matt can hook you up with what he's got left. I think you'd be going wrong if you went out seeding without the X-Start. But anyway, I'm going to get my X-Start on all my fescue overseeds this year, and I have used it on some grass plugs that I had put out and on warm season grass, and put it on some Bermuda at a lower rate, and it has some pretty good effect there too. But very excited to tell you that there is some little bit more X-Start available. He made a little bit more. Call him, get that stuff. I'm gonna real quick run over my process. No need to get too over the top here, because I'm gonna do this in 50 million more videos in different scenarios. I'm gonna go through, tie and drag it with the walker, run in the vacuum and everything just to clean up anything I got going on. Then I'm gonna put out my starter fertilizer, my X-Start, aerate it. Well, I'm gonna put out my X-Start and about half of my seed, aerate it, go through, tie and drag it, put out the other half of my seed, spray tenacity, humic, and kelp over top of it, and water like bejesus. The idea here with this initial running over it with the dethatcher is, like, I got this moss up here, scraping this moss up, and I'm sucking it up in the vacuum on the walker. But just to clear any thing that's in the way that's going to keep my seed from contacting the ground. It's red clay out here. This is dry as a popcorn fart too, Jay Wyrick. He's gonna have to be on his watering game. Anyway, super shady back here, so we're gonna get it in. All right, got my earplugs in so I can't even hear myself talk. Step 2, it's gonna be hitting it with the X-Start. X-Start now available, limited quantities. X-Start. Step 3, getting ready to commence. Put out my seed. I'm gonna put half the seed down, got my starter down, then I'm gonna aerate all that into the ground, run over with a tine again, then put the other half rate of seed down. Don't ask me why I do that. I just like to get it in the ground. Okay, there goes step, I lost count, but whatever would be next in the last thing I said. Got it aerated, Pokey 5000 there. Now I'm gonna take my walker and drag everything back into the ground. Drug it all back in with the dethatcher on the front of the walker. If you don't have a walker, I've done it with like a chain link fence, and last year I stole one of those things from my neighbor, well, borrowed it, that I could put behind my lawnmower and drag it and it worked good. But I bought this thing this year and it's way more maneuverable and faster. But anyway, that seed's drug in. You can stop here and do your tenacity humic and kelp application. But I like to put some more seed back on top of it, and that's more, well, just to be sure I'm even. And also, when I started doing this, I would get a lot of callbacks from customers saying, I don't even see any seed in my yard. And I try to tell them I drug it into the yard, and they're like, yeah, but then it came up later and they were fine. But I stick some more on top of it just to be sure I'm even, and to for appearance purposes for my clients. All done, sprayed over tenacity and humic and kelp. About 25,000 square feet. Okay, grow. All right, there's one down. Just remember, X-Start for pros is going to be available in a limited quantity, but it's available again. So call Carbon Earth and get some of that stuff. You're going to want it for your seed, and I'm telling you. It's been super hot, so, you know, I don't think the seeding has started anywhere else that vigorously either. I just wanted to get this one out of the way because the customer he's retired. He said he's going to water it good, and he's real crazy about getting the leaves off his yard. And so he wanted grass where he could get out there and suck his leaves up. So hopefully this thing will work. I hope it rains. Anyway, you got about 8 to 10 pounds per thousand with your seed and get it done. All that mess I was doing, is it 100% necessary? No. Could you throw the seed out and have some of it come up and probably be satisfied and just not do anything else? Yeah, maybe. But that's how the pros do it, man. Anyway, there you go. There's one down. And if you didn't catch all the details, don't worry. This is all I'm going to be doing for the next 2 months. So every video you see is going to be some crap about fescue. Appreciate y'all watching. See you next time.